How did Eden Hazard go from one of the most dangerous players on the planet to being labeled as the worst signing in Madrid's history in just a couple of seasons? This is the rise and fall of Eden Hazard. Hazard was born and raised in Belgium and grew up in Braine-le-Comte. His mother, Karen, and father, Thierry, were both footballers. After football, both parents became sports teachers, and Thierry retired from his position in 2009 in order to devote more time to his children. Hazard has three younger brothers, two of which are professional footballers as well, in Thorgan and Killian. Hazard began his football career playing for his hometown club, Royal Stade Brennons, at only the age of 4. During his time at the club, one of the youth coaches described him as a generational player. He added, "He knew everything. I had nothing to teach him." Whilst in the academy, he was spotted by a Lille scout after playing in a local tournament with the club. The scout's subsequent report on the player prompted club officials to meet with Hazard's father and offer the young player a youth contract. Hazard's parents accepted the offer from Lille head of academy Jean-Michel Van Damme, with hopes that the training facilities in France would be much better than Belgium. Hazard's father later admitted the decision to let Eden and later Thorgan join clubs in the north of France was the best solution, stating, "They remained so close to home, and at the same time they integrated at structures where they could grow. Because in Belgium, unfortunately, it's a little empty for the training of youth." 2005. Hazard joined Lille and spent 2 years developing the club's local sports school due to its youth academy in Lucien not being in operation at the time. And on May 2007, he signed his first professional contract, agreeing to a 3-year deal with Lille. At the start of the 07-08 season, at the age of only 16, Hazard was promoted to the club's reserve team in the 4th division of French football. Though he still played with Lille's under-8 team in the league and the Coupe Gambardella, Hazard made his amateur debut on the 1st of September 2007 in a league game against Racing Cup de France, appearing as a second-half substitute in a 3-1 defeat. He made his first start a week later in the team's 1-0 defeat to Lesquin, after spending the majority of October and the early part of November playing with the club's under-18 team. On November 24th, due to several players being on international duty, Hazard was called up to the senior team by manager Claude Puel to participate in a friendly match against Belgium club Bruges on the 16th of November. He appeared as a substitute in the match, and as a result of his performance was included in the 18 main squad to face Nancy in a league match just a week later, where he even made his professional debut, coming on as a substitute in the 78th minute. Following the winter break, Hazard returned to the first team in January and made substitute appearances in 3 league matches against Metz, Chaux, and Paris Saint-Germain. Following the match against PSG, he was demoted back to amateur level, where he played regularly with the reserve team in the 4th division and the under-18 team in the Coupe Gambardella. Hazard finished his amateur career with 11 appearances and 1 goal. Not the best of stats, but keep in mind Hazard was just 17, helping the reserve team finish in 5th place, which was the first among professional clubs' reserve teams playing in the group breakthrough. For the 08-09 season, Hazard was given the number 26 shirt, also promoted to the senior team permanently by new manager Rudy Garcia. Early on, he made substitute appearances regularly, including against Auxerre on the 20th of September, when he scored his first professional goal to make it 2-2 in the 88th minute in a game Lille won 3-2 in injury time. Hazard's first career goal resulted in him becoming the youngest goal scorer in the club's history, and just a couple days later, Hazard started his first league game against Saint Etienne, and he even capped the appearance off by scoring the opening goal in the club's 3-0 victory. His assured performances with the club resulted in Lille offering him a 3-year contract extension, which he agreed, tying him to the club until 2012. In the final 10 league matches of the campaign, Hazard started 8 and contributed to the team finishing in 5th place, which resulted in Lille qualifying for the newly created UEFA Europa League. After the season ended, he was named the Young Player of the Year, becoming the first Belgium to achieve the honor. Following the 08-09 season, constant media speculation occurred in numerous countries regarding Hazard's availability on the transfer market, despite Lille chairman Michael Sedux declaring the player off limits and Hazard stating that he wanted to remain at the club for at least another season. Several clubs declared interest in the player, including the likes of Arsenal, Man United, Inter Milan, and Spanish clubs Barcelona and Real Madrid. Frenchman Zinedine Zidane personally recommended the player to the latter a club. And this brings us to the 09-010 season, in which Hazard started the season off in the same form as the season prior. After scoring in Lille's first competitive match of the new campaign, the goal contributed to the team's 2-0 victory against Serbian club FK Savonjo in the first leg of the club's third qualifying match in the UEFA Europa League, as well as scoring against Genk and Genoa. These impressive performances in Europe was all Lille's sporting director needed to see, awarding Hazard with another contract extension. And on March of 2010, Hazard caught the attention of the English media after scoring the only goal in Lille's victory over English club Liverpool in the first leg of the club's UEFA Europa League campaign, one win over title rivals Montpellier. For his impressive displays in the month of March, Hazard was given the Player of the Month award, as well as being nominated for the Young Player of the Season and the League Player of the Season, in which he won the first. On the 9th of May, Hazard was awarded the Young Player of the Year award for the second consecutive season. He became the first player since its inception in 1994 to win the award twice, losing out on the Player of the Year award, which was awarded to Lyon striker Lisandro Lopez. Ahead of the 2011-12 season, Hazard switched to his iconic number 10 shirt, and boy did he elevate his game, not only scoring week in week out in Ligue 1, but also playing a crucial part in Lille's Champions League campaign. It didn't matter what the competition was, Hazard was a problem for everyone. These amazing performances led him to being included in the UEFA's Champions League Team of the Year. And in Lille's final match before the winter break, Hazard tied his career high for league goals in just the beginning half of the season by scoring in the team's third goal in a 4-4 draw with Nice. After scoring the goal, Hazard celebrated by paying tribute to Malami Goto, a former Lille Youth Academy player who had died a day prior. And later that month, Hazard marked his 100th consecutive Ligue 1 appearance, which today is the longest current run in the French top flight, by scoring a goal and assisting in a 4-1 victory over Ajaccio. And on the 28th of April, for the third consecutive season, Hazard was nominated for the Player of the Year award. 2 weeks later, he won the prestigious award ahead of the likes of Olivier Giroud and Younes Belhanda. He was also included in the Team of the Year for the third straight season, and on the 20th of May, Hazard appeared in the final match against Nancy, the club that he made his professional debut against, and even scoring his first career hat-trick. New challenge. And that summer, Chelsea officially confirmed on its website that the club had agreed terms with Lille for the transfer of Eden Hazard. The transfer fee was reported to be priced at only $32 million. Upon signing, Hazard told the club's official website, "I'm delighted to finally arrive here. It's a wonderful club and I can't wait to get started." Hazard was given the number 17, which was previously worn by Jose Boswinga. Hazard made his debut for Chelsea in the 2012 FA Community Shield against Man City, which ended in a 3-2 defeat at Villa Park. A week later, he made his league debut against Wigan Athletic and even provided an assist for Ivanovic's opening goal, and minutes later won a penalty which Frank Lampard converted, earning his side a 2-0 victory. Hazard scored his first career goal as a Chelsea player in a league match against Newcastle after scoring a penalty, winning the game for Chelsea 2-0. During December, he scored in back-to-back games in a 5-1 win over Leeds United in the League Cup and an 8-0 thrashing over Aston Villa. This leads us to the infamous game in the Football League Cup semi-final against Swansea City, in which Hazard was sent off for his infamous and legendary kicking of a ball boy after being annoyed of the time wasting by the young buck.
Well, that's inexcusable by Eden Hazard. There is no excuse for that at all. When the authorities view that footage, and it's a red card. Hazard in off, rightly so. Violent conduct, not against an opponent, but against the ball boy.
Chelsea went on to lose the tie 2-0, and after the game, he told Chelsea TV that both Boy and he apologized to each other. After serving his suspension, Hazard came back on the score sheet, scoring on his return in a 4-1 win against Wigan Athletic. However, after picking up an injury in a 2-0 win against West Ham United, he was ruled out for Chelsea's Europa League final, in which Chelsea won 2-1, beating Benfica to secure their first title in the competition. Hazard had a very up and down campaign, ending his debut season with Chelsea Chelsea with 13 goals in all competition. For the following year, Chelsea's first game of the season was against Bayern Munich in the 2013 UEFA Super Cup, where Hazard played a vital role in the build-up for the first goal and scored the second, but eventually losing 5-4 in penalties to Bayern. And after goals against Norwich, Cardiff City, and Schalke in the Champions League. And thus, this amazing turn in form even led to coach Jose Mourinho saying, "I keep telling him he has to improve. He needs to have his feet on the ground. Ronaldo and Messi are Ronaldo and Messi. Eden Hazard is probably the best young player in the world with legs to go there, but give him time." And after scoring a brace in a 4-3 victory over Sunderland, opposition manager Gus Poyet also praised Hazard for his individual impact on the game. He was outstanding, almost unplayable. As a manager, I haven't come up against anyone like that. After maintaining his excellent form in the following months, manager Jose Mourinho went back on his claim and declared Hazard as the best young footballer in the world. And on the 27th of April, Hazard won the PFA Young Player of the Year award and finished as the runner-up to Luis Suarez for the PFA Player of the Year award for his fine attacking performances. But after Chelsea's Champions League exit against Atletico Madrid, Hazard claimed that Chelsea were only set up to counterattack, in which Mourinho responded by saying Hazard is immensely ready to help his defense, blaming him for the first goal scored by the opponents. But this feud didn't stop Hazard from being voted as Chelsea's Player of the Year in just his second season at Stamford Bridge.
And announce the winner of the Players' Player of the Year, sponsored by Samsung.
The Players' Player of the Year is Eden Hazard.
It's very good. I just want to say thank you to my teammates because they vote for me. I think it's a good choice.
Leading us to the 2015-16 season, in which we saw prime Hazard. On the 23rd of October, he scored his fourth goal of the season in a 4-0 win over former Chelsea manager Jose Mourinho's Man United, equaling the number of league goals he managed in the previous season. Hazard continued his excellent form, scoring the first goal and assisting the second in Chelsea's 2-0 win over Southampton. This marked the first time that he had scored in 3 consecutive games in the Premier League. His run of form continued into the next match as he scored 2 goals and assisted another in Chelsea's 5-0 thrashing against Everton, and even winning 3 Man of the Match awards in a row, while also being nominated for the Premier League Player of the Month award for October. And on 26th of December, Hazard led a new club record in the 3-0 victory over Bournemouth. He also converted a penalty for his 50th Premier League goal, making him the 6th Chelsea player to achieve the feat, while also being nominated for the PFA Team of the Year that season. At this point, Hazard was labeled as the best player in the Premier League. These world-class performances constantly saw him getting linked with Europe's biggest clubs, including Real Madrid, who Hazard flirted with from time to time. This brings us to the 17-18 season, where he missed the beginning quarter of the season due to injury, but came back strong that year. Overall, it wasn't the best of seasons compared to Hazard's previous campaigns, but still wasn't too bad, ending the season with 30 goal contributions in 52 games in all comps. 18-19 season, his final in England. Hazard scored on his first start of the 18-19 season, converting a penalty in a 2-1 win against Newcastle, whilst also scoring a hat-trick a week later against Cardiff. And a couple weeks later, Hazard scored his most iconic goal for Chelsea against West Ham, which was voted as Premier League Goal of the Month. That season, Hazard joined Thierry Henry, Matt Letizia, Eric Cantona to become the 4th player in Premier League history to record at least 15 goals and 15 assists in the Premier League. And this leads us to his last dance, with a Europa League final clash between Chelsea and Arsenal lined up, in which Hazard scored twice as well as assisting Pedro's goal, leading Chelsea to a 4-1 victory over their London rivals. At this point, Hazard was on top of the world, and with just 1 year left on his contract, fans knew deep down inside it was only a matter of time before he left. And after the match, Hazard gave a very emotional farewell interview, suggesting that this could probably be the last time that he would play for the